I live in Mexico. I love it here. Recently, a Mexican American neighbor moved into our apartment complex, and a few months ago, shortly after she arrived, she texted my wife and said, "Who did Colby vote for?" A few months later, which was a few days ago, me and the new neighbor arrived to our apartment complex around the same time, and one of the first things she said to me was, "So, are you a Trump guy?" Which was a very disappointing question to be asked by someone who doesn't know me. I did not respond in an enthusiastic negative, uh, because while I wouldn't refer to myself as a Trump guy, I certainly am not someone who hates Trump and thinks that he's all bad. It's not part of my personality. In the 10 seconds we had as we walked up the stairs together afterwards, I basically, tried to convince her of my view. This kind of thinking is a waste of time and energy. And she replied to me, she said, "That's what my son says." Yeah, well, your son seems like maybe a wise guy. Um, this lady is like 60 years old. She evidently knows how to drink water and feed herself and cross the street without getting hit by a car. Um, but at the same time, she thinks that "Are you a Trump guy?" is a useful question that tells her something about me. Um, it is difficult to explain how depressing of a question this is, how off base this mindset is to me. There are a number of things I could say to that. One of my friends gave me a great line I completely agree with. "I'm into policies, not politicians," which that would make sense, right? Um, Politicians exist to do policy for the most part, right? Something like that. They're there to do things. We should care about what they do, not necessarily about them. So if you wanted to have a political discussion, then maybe more useful questions would be, what should be done about X? What do you think about this policy? Why? Um, but the thing is, when most people ask these questions, like, "Are you a Trump guy?" they're not actually interested in politics. They're interested in these cultural issues that they identify with. And I think we have a tendency to do some type of data compression with everything in our lives, but with, most unfortunately, with people as well. And so if she knows whether I'm a Trump guy or not, or if she knows whether I'm vehemently not a Trump guy, or if I'm anything else, she knows who I am. She can put me into a box, right? Uh, that is insane to me. Um, it's also a very obvious phenomenon that I feel like people should understand by now and not fall prey to. Um, I'm trying not to be too negative here, but it's unfortunate, I'll say.